All right. So there's going to be spoilers. There's going to be spoilers, right? So if you don't want to, I mean, look, man, it's an hour and a half, you know. So, you know, if yeah, we're gonna talk about spoilers. Not that there's anything really to spoil, right? There's not a whole bunch to spoil. Okay? There just isn't. Right? So I'm gonna start off with the positives. I'm gonna start off with the positives. Which, you know, God must be watching because he's like, I'm gonna make this man like Tanya. And I tell you what, it worked. Tanya, Empress Tanya, Emperor Reign's portrayal in this expansion, I thought was absolutely perfect. I thought it was amazing, to be honest. And it's actually incredibly jarring because at some point you actually see the original, you know, Ungadi Wakanda Tanya, and it is just so jarring. Like, you know, they are just literally night and day likability, right? This Tanya should have been the Tanya that we got as an introduction to Tanya in Mortal Kombat 1, right? She's amazing, right? And not to mention, right, I know this will sort of like, you know, annoy people, but this relationship also was incredibly natural in how it felt, right? Them pushing Tanya and Melina together because they're trying to tick boxes, we know what NetherRealm's like, never felt natural because, well, it's not, but also because this is the true, well, I mean, I'd have to check history here, but like as far as this goes, this feels like a true relationship. This feels like there is love there. It feels like there's connection there. And and spoiler alert, when Rain perished, right, got turned into a sandwich, that was actually pretty shocking. I'm like, damn, like, you know, like this dude's really cool, right? Interestingly enough too, it didn't feel like Rain was like sort of, you know, somehow the lesser of two creatures to Tanya, right? Maybe somebody else snuck into the writer's room and kicked Dominic out for a bit, because this actually felt like, you know, this actually felt like we were getting, you know, a true, you know, like a true, what do you call it? You know, like a, I don't know. It just felt normal. It felt like normal storytelling, right? So anyway, so a lot of this stuff has already been spoiled. You know, it's sort of no big shock, right? The beginning part of the story is them running around in like essentially a Marvel's like what do you call it? It's a Marvel type, you know, or not Marvel, like X-Men. Remember X-Men? They had that room that could recreate any sort of environment so they could train in like dangerous situations without actually being in danger. That's what it was like, right? That's what it absolutely was like. Like, this dude that writes this shit is just ripping off Marvel 100%. By the way, these aren't proper mech suits either, because there's still cloth. You can actually see, like, there's still cloth and stuff like that attached to them as well. So it's just ridiculous, right? Now, we actually do get, like, I didn't really care much for this crap here, like the wedding stuff. I thought Harumi... Now, if you want to talk about adding a brand new Mortal Kombat character to Mortal Kombat, right, then you do it with Harumi, okay? Because Harumi seemed good. You know, obviously she's a competent fighter, but, like, she seems fine, right? Although there was this one part where, like, Liu Kang's like, oh, listen to your wife. Shut the fuck up, right? Nobody listens to their wife. No? No? Okay. Alright. Hang on. Everyone listens to their wife, right? Anyway. Right, I don't think Smoke says a single word here. He's just in the back with his own umbrella. You know, like, did he get bitten by Natara or something? He's a little bit, you know, is he starting to change? Whatever. Right. And we knew that they were going to crash the wedding. You know, thankfully we didn't have much of. Well, I guess we had World War II Johnny, but you know, whatever, right? But it was just like there's this one scene like when they rock up to the wedding, right? And they're outside, you know, and it does like a panning shot, you know. And it shows, like, it literally has, like, Cyrax, you know, with a mask open. Yeah, here it is. Cyrax with the mask open. Every other male ninja in this clan is covered up, right? Including Popsicle Boy. And then, like, oh, mask open again. And by the way, she's an insufferable bitch, too. Like, honestly. Like, she has got a gigantic wet on for Sub-Zero. Like, that's pretty apparent. Like that is 100% like apparent, right, in this story, okay? But I tell you what, man. I tell you what. This story, by and large, right? Not to mention some of the graphics were just awful. Like, it was really, really terrible, right? Then we get like throne room crap. Go away, delivery drive. Jeez, man. All right, this was. Like, so this is the problem, right? That they don't show like Shao Kahn breaking out of jail, right, or anything like that. We don't have any of that, right? They just go, oh well, he's left, so conveniently you can't follow into Chaos Realm with your army, Melina. You've got to stay here, and we'll go because that makes a far more interesting story by the Marvel writer. Anyway, so. It's just fucking ridiculous, man, right? Can't stand, like, I know Melina's Melina, right? But she's just insufferable. I saw this one tweet, right? That had this picture, and the caption was like, oh, do I touch myself before I go to sleep? What the fuck is wrong with you, right? I would argue at this point, Tanya's probably better looking now. But anyway. Like, this is just ridiculous, like, stuff, right? This is just ridiculous stuff, okay? This is made for people that are still excited about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? So... The fighting, by the way, the fighting choreography is garbage. Like it's truly terrible. Like it really is, right? I don't buy Havoc as there's the worst Tanya ever created. I don't buy Havoc as a bad guy. Like, he's evil, right? But I don't find him threatening, right? Because basically all they did is that his warriors and himself, they just, like, you know, he's just OP. Right? They just gave him more health and more damage output, right? More strength. That's it. Okay. Now, primarily, and this absolute idiot, like, literally jumps through the portal. Like, just... That was cringe. Like, when he leapt through the portal, like, after them, it was just the most cringe thing I'd ever seen. So, obviously, the story is about how like, you know, Havoc wants to infect, you know, he's obviously a Titan. He wants to infect every timeline with chaos. You know, he's basically just like this essentially this mad Titan, if you will, that just wants to see everyone fight all the time, right? I don't know. It kind of just... I think I kind of need a little bit more meat in the bones. You know what I'm saying? Right? So, and he's got the Kamidogu. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but did they even explain how this dude got hold of him? Right? Did he ever explain how he got the Kamidogu? I don't think so. I don't think he did. Right? So... And then, like... You know, Scorpion's cranky because, because, you know, Cyrax misjudged him and blah, 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 you know. Fucking sex toys, just all she cares about is getting a wet on with, like, Popsicle Boy, you know. By the way, I was trying to look it up. Maybe somebody can look it up for me. Who's the voice actor for Cyrax? Right? Because I tell you what, if it ends up being someone that actually doesn't talk like that, we're going to have some words, right? Because, you know, these wokies, they want to have everything accurate. They want to have everything accurate out there, right? Oh, you've got to, you know, if you're voicing this character, you've got to be that character from that region. No, I just want to see, man. I just want to see, right? Because if they sound like a damn American, we're going to have problems, right? And then we just get this, just, you know, market shit, you know, Shiva's been demoted, right? We got the preachy, you know, all for chaos type Yagade dude, right? The Goro let down. Literally, like, Johnny Cage is just, you know, like, they put the Captain America, I know I've talked about this before, but they put the Captain America, like, thing on his shoulder. Like, it's so on the nose, bro. It's so on the nose, and she's fucking insufferable. My God, she is an insufferable, absolute cow, right, in this. I know the weirdos on Twitter love that type of woman. You know, they want that, a real aggressive, you know, type of woman, right? But normal people don't. Men don't, right? Oh, well, it's not made for you. Clearly. I don't know who the fuck this was made from. Yeah, look, see? Right, he's got it on there. Right. But I tell you what, probably the two best characters portrayed in this entire story was Emperor Rain and Empress Tanya. Like 100%. So they've got to go rescue, right, Tanya, from his Colosseum, which inadvertently they end up getting. By the way, if you play through the story, you actually unlock a whole bunch of outfits, including Emperor Rain, Empress Tanya. So that, I'll give them credit for. Actually having rewards for playing the story was actually a good idea, right? They needed to do it. They should have done it in the first game, right? Because again, you know, people like playing stuff offline and they like being rewarded for doing stuff offline, right? I can't stand all the crackheads that Havoc has. Like, I just don't. Again, like, there's that weirdo fetish people on Twitter that love that sort of like chaos type look, but no, you look fucking bunch of crackheads, right? You just look like a bunch of crackheads, right? So, it's just, you know, like, even just dumb shit like this. Or Kenshi can just sense everyone, so he just pulls them all down. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, this was serious. This was, you know what? And the reason why I like this Tanya so much, right, is because she actually feels Edenian. Right? I've been saying this for the longest time. The problem with what they've been doing for a while is that they're trying to copy everything on Earthrealm and applying it to an alien realm. I actually felt that both Rain and Tanya in this actually felt like Edenian. You know, you get a little bit of Middle Eastern Prince of Persia vibes. Little bit. Like a tiny fraction. Right? But ultimately, I thought they did a great job with those two characters. Right? And all fucking Havoc does. Like, Havoc's just like on his... He's just on his coke trip. Right? Doing... Chaos. You know, like... Shut the fuck up. Right? Go have a nap or something. Right? Settle the hell down. Look at this dude. Ah, Shoryuken! Oh shit. Oh shit, man. Like, the fighting is just laughable. Like, the choreography, who the fuck did the choreography for this needs to be fired. Like, and the story writer, I think everyone just needs to, you know, just gut the entire, like, thing. Now, and this is the problem with multiverse stuff, right? There's no stakes. You know, it was always better when it was just one realm. Just one realm. Okay? And, you know, or one timeline and your realm versus their realm. It was far better than the slop that we have now, right? And that's the problem, isn't it? Is that, like, you know, they just thought they were clever. They copied Marvel Phase 4 a lot. You know, they've got the whole multiverse crap, which it just ruins everything. It just literally ruins everything because there's no stakes, there's no tragedy, you know, and it's just terrible, right? And then you know, like, to add insult to injury, this is the weird part, right? Like, so it's like this is like a couples fiesta in this game. We got Lee May and Reiko. We got Sindel and General Shao Kahn with his hammer. With his hammer, right? Let's just piss everyone else off, right? You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, like, the fucking Running Man, right? Anyone that's old enough to see the Running Man, right? Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Where they take people and they stick them in essentially a maze. You know, everyone else outside can watch, and then they got to survive, like, traps and all the bad guys and, you know, things like that. That's what it kind of reminds me of, right? This is what it kind of reminds me of. Now, I know people have said, I understand, like, I'm not stupid, I understand, oh, it's the same face. I know it's the same face. But what they did is that they gave her makeup, they made her look more feminine, they changed her hairstyle, and her fucking attitude is way different from that angry cow in the normal game. This is the point I'm making, right? This Tanya here eclipses the main story one. Absolutely eclipses, right? She's regal, she's feminine, she looks, as far as I'm concerned, she looks way more gorgeous than the current one. And this, like I said, this was probably the best and the most tragic scene out of this entire story. Amazing, right? It's a shame they killed him off. Maybe they'll bring him back. They'll scoop him up off the walls, right? And so most of this crap is them just, like, avoiding, and then of course we get to Orin, which is now a female dragon. So the leaks were true, that, you know, this dragon that was showcased, I believe, in Armageddon, is all chained up by Havoc and blah blah blah. I really hope, I saw this comment and I really hope it's not true. I really hope this isn't the big surprise. I don't think it is, though, because this is just part of the story, right? Because Ed Boon's talking about, oh, there'll be some secret nobody knows. Well, this isn't a secret. He knows everyone's going to finish the story, right? She reckons she'll come back and free her. Now, I will admit, there's these two outfits here, right, that's of Katana and Melina, where they actually, like they fight them both, right? Again, you can unlock them, so pretty much all the costumes that you can see in this game are pretty much unlockable from playing the story. From inside the story, unlockable for the game, right? So you actually do get, essentially, like, Crackhead Melina, Crackhead Katana, and they actually, surprisingly, they actually look really good, right? I actually like these for one reason and one reason alone. Well, actually, there's two reasons, right? Maybe three, right? This has given me, like, you know, Escape from New York type vibes, you know, that sort of, like, very sort of 80s cyberpunk look with the punk hair and shit. They're actually showing their belly button, which is surprising because we know that they're afraid of belly buttons at NetherRealm. But they also look kind of sexy, you know, in that cyberpunk way, but they don't have that chaos, you know, oh, I've got half my face ripped off and shit like that. Like, they actually look really, really good. They do look really, really good. Right, I'll give them that. Right. So, you know. Anyway, so Tanya's able to talk to the dragon, like, telepathically. Like, what's his face? Havoc couldn't figure out, like, what they were saying and stuff like that. You know. And, like, so there's, like, pieces. Don't worry, we haven't even got the fucking noob yet. Right. Because, like, I don't think I'm a big fan of noob. being this way, right? Like being converted this way, like by this just, you know, this crack addict. Like I just don't like it. The dragon looks good though. Don't get me wrong. This dragon actually looks really, really good, right? There's a good job with that, right? But it's just like, and then of course Noob, you know, Noob's around. Noob wasn't as threatening as we all thought, right? Let's be honest here, he wasn't. Right? He gets his ass whooped, right? And then he gets captured. Okay, they go free Garrus, and then Liu Kang here. Liu Kang like is trying to like literally pray the gay on him or something like that, right? Watch this. Right, there's this one scene where he's like using all these little rainbow magic, you know. You know, I will free you from your cis heteronormative lifestyle, right? Tell me that doesn't look hotter than Ungadi angry all the time Tanya. She looks way better, man. Way better. I told you guys it wasn't about race. You fucking racists out there. I hate you racists. No, I just don't like ugly ass angry women regardless of skin color. This is a billion times better. A billion times better. You know I'm right. I'm always right. Anyway. So they capture like the Prince of Persia. Right. They stick him in a box. Sorry, that's at the end, right? So hang on. So after Liu Kang like sprays his gun on him, he somehow he restores his mind, right? By the way, I did do a video that Noob Saibot will actually be a good guy. He basically kind of is. He's kind of like the anti-hero, right? So he's sort of like, he's like, no, we're gonna finish this and fight, blah blah blah. Havoc shows up with all these degenerates, you know, so all the people Twitter, right? And then, you know, they keep fighting, and obviously Noob Saibot kills someone, he can't control himself, and then Captain Sparkles comes over here with, looks like he got hit with every paint gun at the range, right? And then like Liu Kang's like, oh, it's how you get there that matters. So it's what you do that matters, you know, like, shut the fuck up, right? No one listens to you anyway. Useless universe creator, that's what you are. Anyway, so, and then like Havoc pulls off pieces of himself, you know, like, what the fuck am I looking at, man? Like, oh my god, Jesus. Anyway, what is he, a fucking, you know what they did? You know what they did? You know what they did, right? Havoc is literally a fucking gremlin, right? Because, you know, because the little Mowgli, or Mowgli, whatever they're called, right? As soon as it gets hit by water, pop, 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 you know, and all the other, you know, pop out, and then they get wet and all that sort of shit, and they fucking turn into gremlins. Havoc is literally a gremlin, right? So, you know, Noob Saibot can't control himself, Garrus puts him in a freeze, and then they stick him in a box. Right? They stuck him in a box. And apparently, it's going to take them years to undo what's been done to him. Right? So here's my prediction. If we get further story, right, what they're going to do... What... By the way, right, listen. By the way, right, so somebody said, oh, you know, like the two chicks end up being grandmasters. Now it's temporary, right? Sector is temporary grandmaster for the Lin Kuei. I do not think that Cyrax is like, you know, grandmaster of the Shirai Ryu. I don't think that's happening. What's with these fucking shoes in this game? I tell you what, right? And of course, right? They do the you know, the typical black woman, you know, short hair face. Like they do it every single time, except for Tanya. Tanya, they learnt a lesson, right? Tanya, they learnt a lesson. But with here, they didn't. So then Scorpion's like, oh, I had no business judging you. Right, now I know, now I'm pretty sure when, like, because this is where I think people got confused. Right. He's talking about an invitation here. Right. Now this is the part. She says, thank you, Kuai Liang. He corrects her and says, thank you, Grandmaster. She's not gonna be, I mean, listen, my hair will grow if I'm wrong. But he's correcting her here. He's saying, no, he's saying, thank you, Grandmaster. We used to do this all the time when I used to teach martial arts, right? If somebody comes up to you, like, they normally call you, like, your real name, obviously, outside of the dojang, right? And they come up to you, and inside the dojang, which is what they call the, like, Korean term for the dojo, they'll come up and call you by your real name, and you go, Sabadim, right? Which is, like, instructor or whatever. And they're like, oh, Sabadim, right? So this is a correction, right? She's not going to be the head of the Shirai Ryu. This is just not happening, right? Sector's only temporary because Bihan's out of the equation, right? And I guarantee you, if they do another story, I almost guarantee you at the very least, that they are going to, they're going to bring back, like, Bihan. He'll have a redemption arc, right? It'll be a redemption arc probably for him. By and large, though, this entire story was a complete waste of time, right? Like, it was a complete waste of time. It didn't add any substance at all outside of, like, actually giving us really awesome versions of both Rain and Tanya. Right? Everything else was forgettable. Everything else, right? That's how bad it was. Okay? It didn't have to exist. It just like, there's no reason for it to exist. Right? And considering that we've known about the leaks for a really long time, to some of us, it wasn't any sort of great shock either. Right? But what a joke. What an absolute joke. Right? Anyway, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you think. It's an hour and a half. I won't get back. I'll post a link in the description for the video that we've just used. Is over on our MK Ice and Fires channel. Go check them out. Let me know what you guys think. Catch you next time.